Mazzaroth, Hanukkah, Decoded, Part 5. Welcome back, family. Day 7, Mazzaroth, Hanukkah. Let's dig in. First, we're going to go to Stellarium, and we are going to catch up on one of the signs that I didn't have time for at the end of the last video, part 4. This is Asteroid Alexander Kim, and we are looking at Alexander Kim and Dembowska here. Once we scroll out, Dembowska will disappear. I'm using the Stellarium web version, and I don't have all those things saved. I cannot load the online version because it crashes my computer. So we're doing the best with the tools we have. We're looking at Alexander Kim just after midnight tomorrow morning. Now this will be day of Mazzaroth Hanukkah, or what we call day 1 of the second set of 7s. And we're going to go into that after this sign and after we finish up the codes here at the altar. This is an extension of the talk we had in the last video about the altar and all the signs of the altar. This is another piece of the puzzle entering into the altar on the 19th, just after midnight. And so I want to go over the codes for Alexander Kim, and I'm going to let you do the strong search if you want. It takes a long time to do that, and it tends to crash my computer with all the links open. So I'm going to give you the Strong's numbers, and you can go look these up for yourself for each of these asteroids. So we have 844, 1248, and 208 are the associated numbers with Alexander Kim, and you can go look up those in Strong's. So now we're going to get to the gematria codes for Asteroid Alexander Kim. Saturn destroyed, Christ returning, Jesus loves you, don't stop believing, return the diamonds, I am the trumpet angel, a gift from Creator, an arranged marriage by God, the date of the Phoenix, King of New Jerusalem, the warrior goddess. And we were just talking about Athena, the warrior goddess, and the video I was going to release yesterday. I had huge technical difficulties with that. I produced a 40-minute video, and it disappeared into thin air. I don't know how it happened, and we'll go into details about that later. But the warrior goddess is Athena. And the next code is she is divine bride of God. I keep rising up, up, the time of atonement, and here at Libra is a sign of atonement because this is the altar. Then we have Revelation 12, and it's just amazing that I think we've talked either in the last video or the video before about how the foot of Virgo is the entrance into Libra, and we can see Vesta, the virgins, at the foot, and we see Alexander Kim coming into the altar below the foot of the Virgin, and that is one of the signs of Revelation 12 is the moon under the foot of Virgo, and that's when the moon enters into Libra. And the next code is Obama is still crying. Judgment of the wicked. And so those codes are very strong, and they have a strong alignment with our marriage signs, with our altar, and this is a continuation of the signs of the 18th, and this is just after midnight on the 19th. Again, this is day 8, but it's also day 1. So I made a video, a quick video for this was done for last year's Hanukkah, and it's each year it's going to be the same dates until I believe it's 17 more years, and then I will check the metonic cycle of the location of the moon, and that is our faithful witness. And the metonic cycle, if you haven't looked into that, that will help you to understand how I do my determinations of the annual cycle with the sun, moon, and the stars. So I made this last year. This is about the Hanukkah wedding, and as we've said before in previous videos, I believe that the Tabernacle's feast has been transferred to the time of Hanukkah because the temple was defiled. And if you read in First Kings, you'll see here in this short video that I have made. But if you've read the First Kings scriptures where it talks about the dedication of the temple, then you'll understand where all this comes from. This is nothing new. This many Bible scholars have done research into this, and as I said, I believe that Tabernacle's feast has been transferred to Hanukkah. And if you dig into that First Kings, then you'll understand that it is a 7-day feast, and then another 7-day feast, and the great 8th day is actually transferred to the very end, and this was for the priests. And we can look at the priest as the called out bride, and we are the ones who are watching, and we're looking for the day of the wedding. We're not saying no man knows the day or the hour. We're searching for that day and the hour, and that's what a bride does. If her bridegroom has gone off and she's waiting for him to come back, she's waiting every second and looking for him every day, and she hasn't gone back into the world, and that's where these biblical codes come from, is the watch. We're watching. And so I'm going to play this really quick, and you can see that this is a 15-day festival, 7 plus 7 plus 1. First Kings 8, 65, 66. We'll play it again. First Kings 8, 65, and 66, if you want to go read those. This is a 15-day feast, and this sign here is on day 1 of the priestly 8-day festival, beginning on January the 18th at sunset, which begins this evening. The 8th day is the first day. And so we have an extended Hanukkah. This is a 15-day festival for the called out bride of Messiah. And so we see Alexander Kim right after midnight showing up at the altar. And now we're going to go to sign number 2 on the 19th. And I want to thank Brother Steve Fletcher. You can go here and look at his video, Yeshua Asteroid, on January 19th and 20th. And this is the sign that we are going to discuss. I'll go ahead and put his video in the link. Thank you for your work, Brother Steve. So here we are. We are going to now go to look at Asteroid Yeshua, and we can see here that just after midnight, on the 19th, which is again the 8th day of Hanukkah, but the first day of the priestly feast. This is our transition day. This is a high watch day. I believe this is one of the highest watch days we have for the escape of the bride. But there are other signs coming up that are associated with these bridal escape signs, and so we're going to continue to present these until the escape. But we are getting our final signs right here in the Mazzaroth with this asteroid Yeshua. And a quick note, if you are really into doing some deep dive digging, you can look into the Shroud of Turin and the most recent findings with the name of Yeshua, which it's exactly I believe it's almost exactly what is presented here with this asteroid. But the H is a Y. It's Yeshua. And it is actually they found it, that it was essentially radiated into the Shroud of Turin. So look into that. I believe I've even posted about it. But if not, I will go dig that up afterwards, and I'll put that in my community page. So look for that on your computer. You won't be able to get those on your phone. Again, family, I've been posting a lot of stuff in my community, and you won't be able to get those from your phone. So go jump on your computer when you get home and take the time to go look into my community page. And also, I have a favor to ask everybody. I just started looking at the statistics because I was concerned that the videos weren't getting out there, and I think that a lot of my subscribers have had the notifications turned off. So I'm going to ask you to go check and make sure that the notification bell is turned on, so that you get a notification when my videos come out, and that would be greatly appreciated. So here we are, we're looking at asteroid 3241. Quickly, we're going to go look at Strong's for this one. And we're going to quickly dig in. I haven't done this yet, so sometimes you get what you get, and sometimes they have meaning, and sometimes there's not really a connection. So far, it just looks like it's a place in Palestine, and let's look at this, because this looks like the word could have a meaning of transit, and this would be a dead ringer for where we're at right now. If it takes more than a couple seconds, I'm just going to click out. Again, my computer has issues with certain pages, so let's look here at this Yazanim, or Yanim. Okay, so here we are on Hebrew 3241, Yanim. And it looks as if it means asleep, from H5125, Yanim. And that could be a warning to those that are asleep. They're not watching for the coming of Messiah. This is a wake-up call. Yeah, I see other ones here. With Bible Tools 3241, it says asleep. Yanim is asleep. So this is a call to everyone in the body of Messiah. It's wake-up call. It's time to wake up. This is Asteroid Yeshua. You can go watch Brother Steve's video and we're going to get into the codes. So the numbers that you can look up for Strong's besides the asteroid code is 1251, 1194, and 199. So you can go look those Strong's codes up. Now let's dig into the gematria codes for asteroid Yeshua. The end is now. Area 51 occult. You are Christ's vehicle. Kingdom of Heaven, Tree of Life. Mega earthquake, Sodom. Jesus Christos. Noah sent out a dove. King of the universe. Jesus followers. Hollywood unclean. Scorpio and Ophiuchus are one being. And I've talked about that before, how Ophiuchus is standing on the head of the scorpion, and the scorpion is stinging his heel, and these two signs are connected. Some people say that Ophiuchus is the 13th sign, but in the ancient depictions, they were connected, and Scorpio was actually connected to Libra, and Virgo was standing on top of the scales in many of the ancient depictions. So essentially, they were all connected, and it's showing you that it's all a flowing story starting from Virgo. So we have these code alignments, and Scorpio and Ophiuchus being one being is showing us that these signs in the heavens are connected. The next code is Door of Salvation. Orion's Belt Secret. Signs in the sun, in the stars. On the 10th month. Now, this was a really powerful code because on my calendar, the Mazzaroth calendar, January 19th is day 1 of the 10th month. So that is a code alignment. The next one, Hacking the Apocalypse. One resurrection and the lotus flower. And we can see that shown to us in the iPad Goat video, and I believe that that is an alignment with January the 19th of the sweat on Obama's brow. He In the last code, we saw Obama still crying. In that iPad Goat video, you can see how his sweat comes down off of his brow. And I believe this is a transitional time, and we're going to see something big happening in the next day or so. And the signs that I have coming up in the next couple days are so astronomical. I've never seen such a stacked lineup ever in my life. I've been doing this for years and years and years, 6 years almost online, and many years before that. And those initial years were me just getting a base understanding, and we're all just such babies in this. Even those with the most advanced knowledge are still just cracking the surface So I want to again thank Brother Steve here. Go watch this video. This dives. I'm not going to. There's no reason for me to show any of this other stuff because Brother Steve has. So please go watch his video. And here we are going to watch this transition of Asteroid Yeshua, and here it comes out the other side of the sun, and it is showing us day 8 and day 1 of Mazzaroth Hanukkah. It's coming out here at 7 o'clock, a little after 7, and that is essentially beginning of the next day, which will be day 2 of the second 7-day feast, and we're getting some amazing signs of Yeshua aligning with the sun, and we know that the bridegroom is the sun, and this is an amazing sign in the heavens. This is our second sign on the 19th. Now let's go to the third sign. And one of the amazing things is we really don't have to move a lot. We're going to be looking at the constellation of Capricorn, and this is a big transitional day. And what we're going to be looking at here is the sun. Hopefully it's not going to do this to me. It is going to cause problems. Let's just do this really quick. I don't have a way to do this any other way. Maybe if we just scroll back, and then I can scroll in, and we can go minute by minute, and it might do it this way. When I jump by the hours, it sends us too far, and then I'll have to keep bringing the sun back up, and if I click into the sun, it won't give me the border of the constellation. So what we're looking for is a direct alignment with the sun, with the borderline, and that will give us our time of entrance. And all I'm looking for is this time when the sun is aligning. I'm going to have to go back a whole hour and just get out here. And let's go ahead and look at meridian time. And it looks as though we are going to be looking at an amazing meridian alignment with, this is incredible because this doesn't normally happen. We are looking at a meridian alignment with the sun entering the Capricorn constellation. And this is an amazing alignment. This is the transition from the white horse rider. And many of you know, if you've been following my channel, that Capricorn is a very, very important constellation with the signs of sacrifice and death and resurrection and new life. And this transition at 12:28 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, just after noon, tomorrow, the 19th, which is again, it's the 8th day and the first day. This is an amazing sign in the Mazzaroth, and we have two other really important signs in the constellation of Capricorn. We have Comet Atlas and the minor planet Ceres. And Ceres is about to align with this Zeta Capricorni, and we have that as one of our coming up signs. Again, this pyramid here in the backside of Capricorn is the temple of resurrection, and Ceres is about to make an alignment. And as you know, Comet Atlas, if you've been following this channel, just made its transition around the sun, and it came directly through the temple of sacrifice. And if you were following my Apophis series, then you know that we have Apophis is still involved in these signs. It is essentially chasing the sun. We can just go back and you can see this transition of these days, and you can see how Apophis is chasing the sun. And if you were watching that series, then we can see how this is depicted on all of the temples in Egypt. And I believe that they either had this same thing happen in the past, or they were depicting the future when this asteroid would be dealing with the sun at the ark or the boat of Sagittarius, which is the solar bark. And now we see that Apophis is continuing to strike at the sun. And so these signs are unmistakable. This is, you can't make any of these things up. This is literally the signs in the heaven becoming the Bible and the stars. And we're looking at some very, very important language in the heavens. First, we saw this Alexander Kim, and it was completing our signs in the altar. And if you have done your research into the Mazzaroth, then you can see that the first part of Capricorn is also an altar, because it is a altar of sacrifice. This is a depiction of Christ's sacrifice for us. And now we have on the 19th, in the middle of the day, the sun transitioning into Capricorn. And that is a very, very important sign for us. Again, this is day 8, but it's also day 1. And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get into sign number 4. And let's jump into that. And this is Asteroid Alexanderson. And we're going to be taking a look at this asteroid, and it is essentially marking the planet Saturn here, and we are going to be looking at meridian. And when you see the perfect alignment, then you know that this is unmistakable, family. This is January 19th, 2025 at 3:33 and 17 seconds. We have the alignment of Alexander's Sun with Saturn just below Venus, and we are in the constellation of Aquarius. Now we're going to have to go back, and we have this asteroid. We know we're in the constellation of Aquarius, and we have this marking of Saturn. So what we're going to do quickly is we're going to get into the codes for Alexander's Sun. Now again, our first one was Alexander Kim, and now we're looking at Alexander's Sun, like the sun, like the bridegroom. So the numbers for Asteroid Alexander Sun are 1125, 1374, and 229. You can go look those up in Strong's, and you can see the connection for yourself. Again, I don't have the time in these videos to do that, and it will cause problems on my computer. So let's dig into these codes. This one, again, was one of those that just kept spitting out so many codes. And once I looked at these codes, I started making all kinds of connections to the other two asteroids, and I'm going to point those out as we go. So here we go. These are the codes for Asteroid Alexanderson. The rise of the Phoenix. And this is connected to Asteroid Alexander Kim, the date of the Phoenix. You were chosen by God. Sudden rapture soon. Israel versus Hamas. Queen of New Jerusalem. Now, wait a minute. Asteroid Alexander Kim, one of the codes was King of New Jerusalem. This is an incredible code match, fam. We have the King of New Jerusalem and the Queen of New Jerusalem on the exact same day, pointed out by the code. Next, anointed body of rebirth. Writings on the wall. Isis, Apophis, Osiris. Again, pointing to my series, Apophis Strikes. The Matrix has attacked me. And again, I'm going to point out that I did a 40-minute long video for Athena, the goddess of the laser war, and it disappeared into thin air. Next code, earthquakes today. Now this aligns with asteroid Yeshua, mega earthquakes Sodom. Next, the whole armor of God, the return of the dove, and that connects with asteroid Yeshua. Noah sent out a dove. Behold, I make all things new. COVID hoax, snake encircling the earth, break Saturn's mind control. And that's connected with asteroid Alexander Kim, Saturn destroyed. And we're looking at Alexanderson marking Saturn. Next, 11 is the equal sign. She ran off with Christ. Prophet Alexander the Great. You cannot make this stuff up. We know that Alexander the Great is not a prophet. But we can see how these Alexander asteroids are involved in numerical prophetic language. I'm not a prophet, but these things are prophesying the things to come, family. God is 1-1-11. That's an 11-11 sign. God bless the United States. Again, family, you can't make these kinds of things up. This is very strong language. We are looking at this alignment, and the timing of this alignment is 3:33 a.m. on the 19th. And again, you can't make any of these things up. These code alignments are very, very strong. And I want to thank you for coming. We're going to be back tomorrow. We have all kinds of signs for the 20th, even more than I have for today. And then it stacks up on the 22nd like you wouldn't believe. And so we're going to continue to present the signs. I want to thank you for coming again, and much love. Keep looking up, family. We're at the door.